Hello, I'm Dave Rayburn. You may know me from the Dave Rayburn Project, a local Orange County Americana rock band. I'm here to tell you about a few releases that I've got coming out this month, July 2012. I've got 2 different CDs, music CDs, and 1 vinyl record coming out. It's pretty ambitious for a local independent guy, but we're doing it all through the help of Kickstarter. For those of you not familiar with Kickstarter, it's an entity that allows me, a creative artist, the chance to interact with my fan base and even random passersby to try to raise funds to make these projects happen. It can be very expensive to make CDs and definitely records, and I'll tell you all about what's happening on this record shortly. But Kickstarter is a way for you to come in and pledge. Now it's just like on the radio where you'll hear stations, kind of like KCRW and things like that, where they'll have pledge drives to keep the station on the air, to keep things going business as usual, because nothing runs for free. Same goes for manufacturing CDs and records. These things just don't happen. We're getting some nice product made, and it can be a little pricey. So we're trying to recover some of the funding on this through Kickstarter, and in return, we have some pretty cool things to offer up. And there's probably, I want to say there's close to 10 to 12 different pledge levels you can get in at Kickstarter.com. Just look up Dave Rayburn and find them all there. You can come in for as little as $1 just to pledge and say, here it's not much, but it all adds up. And you can pledge up to, there's some pretty high ones on there where you can get some house parties, house party concerts done, and we have autographed product that's available for others and some interesting little incentives. So please check it out. We could really use your help. As of this morning, we've got about 10 days left on the Kickstarter program. It runs for 30 days. We're closing in on $600 pledged with our goal at $1,000. Now, if we don't reach our goal with pledges, none of it gets paid. None of the money is collected. Only when my goal is reached will I be able to recover those pledges to put towards the manufacturing of these 3 cool items. So, it's important that I reach my goal so this stuff can be paid for. It's very important. So, and in return, like I said, we've got some really cool stuff. The first item is a CD. It's my solo studio debut. It involves a unique one-time only studio session band that's different from the DRP. The DRP is featured on the second CD that I've got, which is a live soundboard recording from last year's Orange County Fair concert that we played. So I've got a solo record with studio material, all original, and a live record with just about all original material on there. And we've even got all the members of the band of the DRP sing on that CD. They each have a lead vocal, which is really cool. And we bring up Caroline Gomez for a song. You may remember her from the band Buddy that she and I used to be in back in the early 2000s. She comes up to join us as well. Some really cool stuff. Very excited about that. But the one thing I really wanted to show you today, and I'll try to make some more videos if I have the time on these CDs, but the coolest thing I've got here is a vinyl record. It's called Projects. If you can see that there. I'm going to take it out of this plastic. By the way, each of these records comes in this nice resealable plastic, so all of you vinyl freaks out there will know that it'll be nicely protected. But here it is, Projects, Volume 1. It's a compilation record that I put together. It's 10 inches in size, just like the old 78s, but it plays at 33 1/3, so if you have a standard turntable, you should be able to play it just fine. But I wanted to do it that vintage size, the 10-inch size, and also I wanted to give it a vintage feel with the sleeve. We've got the old yellow sleeve, just like the old time. And this isn't the final sleeve, though. They're being printed right now locally in Fullerton. We're doing a two-color screen printing, and it's going to look a little something like this. So it's of my design. I'm kind of proud of that. The sound hole actually is going to be, the label will be showing through that. But that's what the sleeve's going to look like, and it's basically a compilation EP of some projects I've been involved with over the last decade or so. And on top of that, it's this really cool translucent red vinyl. Check that out. So very excited that we got this made up. Very limited run on these. We only made 100 of them, and very expensive to make. So hitting the goal on this thing is going to help recover this investment quite well. So please pledge if you can. But this is the coolest piece we've got, I think. It's like I said, it's going to be screened locally here in Fullerton. It's going to be hand numbered in the bottom corner. Like I said, we only made 100 of them, so they're going to be numbered 1 to 100. And I actually got a vintage 1950s numbering stamp, the one that does the sequential numbering. And so it's going to have that really old look to it, and just very pleased with this one. I'm going to play some cuts from it. Side 1 features Separate Means, which is it's probably the lead track. Well, it was the lead track. It was a solid single off the Dave Rayburn Project EP from, when did we do this? 2010. So from 2 years ago. This is the Separate Means is the strong original track off that EP. It's making its vinyl debut here on Projects Volume 1. Following that is When I Loved You, which is an old Louvin Brothers song. Now, Caroline Gomez and I, in Buddy, we used to do this one quite a lot, and it was always a crowd pleaser. This recording on here is actually a live Buddy recording, recorded at the Liquid Lounge in Long Beach, which was a place that we had a monthly residency at. And my buddy Mark Mason actually recorded this off the board for us, so we did our best to clean it up and get it on here on vinyl. So we've got a really cool, rare live Buddy track. Rounding out side 1 is No Mercy, subtitled Crying on the Floor. This is a song written by Gary Fitch, who is a Dave Rayburn Project member, our lead guitarist, but he's also a great songwriter too, and he's in the band Planet Roy. So you should check them out too. They've got their sophomore record coming out later this summer. But he wrote this track, and we recorded this, and it was featured in the film Mercy, a short independent film that was the soundtrack for the film was actually nominated for some awards, and the film actually won some awards just a couple of years ago. And so our version of that song is on this vinyl record, making its debut again on vinyl. The flip side, side 2 on Projects, track 1 is Outside, which is an original song off my new studio solo release. Very pleased with this one. It's a very poppy, catchy song, and hope you like that one. Track 2 is a live track, a solo live track of me at McCabe's Guitar Shop, a legendary small venue in Santa Monica, doing a song called Wonder, which hasn't been on any official release yet, so pleased to see it here. And that was recorded at McCabe's Guitar Shop, like I said, so I'm very pleased that I've got a track recorded at a very reputable venue that a lot of people are aware of. Rounding out side 1 is the title track from my studio debut, Phases and Changes. And it's one of my more important songs. Most people really like this one, and it really hits home with a lot of folks. I wrote it after my dad passed away back in 2003, and it's making its studio debut here. It's been part of the live repertoire since I wrote it, and there's a reason for that. It's a very special song. So I'm going to play you some tracks now. Let's see if we can get the turntable here. We're going to go side A and give you a little sampling. This is side 1, track 1. This is Separate Means, which again was released originally on the DRP EP CD, which is still available, by the way. We'll have them at the fair later this month, and it's also on iTunes. But for you vinyl aficionados, it's right here, right now. We're just going to skip through a little bit here. We're going to go to track 2, which is a live track by Buddy, an old Louvin Brothers song we used to do. And this was a fun one. I always loved this song.
Thank you very much. It's Caroline Gomez.
This next one's a Louvin Brothers song.
This is a country song. This country. Gets them every time.
Her voice just really made my voice sound so much better, but we just adored this song. Great country harmony. And then we'll skip to the, let's go right into the middle of the third track here. Great rockabilly number Gary Fitch wrote for the film Mercy. Now keep in mind, this isn't the most high fidelity turntable. It's one of those portable ones, but it'll sound much better on your system, I'm sure. Alright, so we're going to flip over to side 2, give you a little sampling of that side. Now this features tracks from the new studio album, and also features a solo acoustic track, like I said, from McCabe's. So here's Outside. Very pretty. It's got a good chorus and stuff too. It just looks great on this red vinyl with the black label. My red shirt doesn't hurt it either, I guess, in the background here. Now, another thing I wanted to let you know about is where we got this record made. They were pressed up in Nashville, Tennessee at United Record Pressing, which some of you may know. That's where Jack White and the White Stripes do all their records at. A lot of great releases are actually pressed there. You can do some research online to figure that out. But the one thing I thought was really cool is that in 1962, the very first Beatles records that were pressed in this country, the 7-inch singles in 1962 by the Beatles on VJ Records, were pressed at the very same place that this record was pressed at. So we're connecting some history here. Let's go to the McCabe's live McCabe's track. Let's get right into the middle of it. So this is a solo acoustic version of Wonder, and this hasn't been released anywhere. Recorded off the soundboard there. I think this was recorded maybe around 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. And then to close out the record here, Phases and Changes. We'll go right in the middle of that one. So this is probably one of the more important songs in my repertoire. And it's awesome to have this tribute to my father officially released, put on a record. So anyway, let's let that play out in the background here. Turn that down a little bit. So, again, there are the highlights from the brand new Dave Rayburn Projects Volume 1 10-inch red translucent vinyl EP, limited edition 100. They're being hand screened right now in Fullerton as far as the sleeves. They're going to be hand numbered. They're going to be put in the nice resealable plastic for high value. And we've got some pledges on Kickstarter where you can get them signed. And since we've got a buddy track on there, we've got a solo track, we've got some solo studio stuff, we've got the DRP studio stuff, I can probably get signatures by quite a few of those people on the sleeve. Just hit that right pledge level. But anyway, just wanted to give you a 15-minute tour of what we've got coming out, but most importantly, this vinyl record. I will try to do a video on the CDs. The problem is the CDs aren't here yet. They're actually all in production at the moment. But you can go on to Kickstarter.com and you can actually see what the covers look like. The DRP Live Bootleg CD, recorded last year at the Orange County Fair, replicates, pretty much borrows heavily from the Who Live at Leeds cover, and we thought that'd be pretty clever to do. That brown paper bag look and a little stamp in the corner and everything, so I think it looks pretty cool. It sounds cool. It sounds great. It's a board recording, but we do have some bonus tracks on there that aren't soundboard, because there were some problems with recording both sets from that day. So we've got the entire second set on there soundboard, and then some bonus tracks from the first set that somehow didn't get recorded off the board, but we did have bootleg audio from the crowd. So in true bootleg fashion, those are tacked on at the end to give you a complete picture of the songs we played that day. And it's a very cool, energetic performance by the DRP. Like I said, everyone sings on that one. Miguel Zuleta has his vocal debut live on there. Gary Fitch sings on it. DJ Jones sings one. We bring Caroline Gomez up from Buddy. Really cool, proud release there. And then the studio CD. Like I said, both CDs aren't here yet, or otherwise I'd be showing them to you. But they are going to be packaged similar to this in the nice little mini LP jacket. And, you know, the full color printing, gloss printing on the disc itself. And we're actually really, when you get the bootleg CD, it's going to have that brown paper bag look on the outside, but the disc is really cool looking. It's really full color, special, and it's kind of a surprise that you'd be pulling something like that out of a brown paper bag looking sleeve. So that's what's really cool about that one, I think. But so studio CD, live CD, vinyl record. I'm very excited. July 2012. This is the month we're going to have them all ready. With your help, of course. Come visit Kickstarter.com and look up Dave Rayburn. Check out the pledge levels, as low as $1 and as much as you want. So do what's comfortable, do what you can, do what feels right. I could really use your help, and I'm very excited. Once we hit our goal and I have all the product in hand, it's all going to be delivered right away. And I think every order comes with some bonus DRP bumper stickers, which I've been seeing around town. Please come on board. Help out, support local music, and enjoy the tunes. Thanks very much for taking the time. See you at the show.